Hello everybody and welcome back to our next episode here on Home SMP. So today's episode is going to be a little bit of a mixture of some things that some of you might have already seen from our streams. So it's going to be like a little bit of adventure and a little bit of a build as well at the end that some of you may not have seen. But yeah, some of this was shown on my streams, Happy, Slime, Raven, any of them, but yeah, I wanted to be able to still include it in the video, especially for anyone here on YouTube that was not there for those streams. That way you guys can be up to date on what has been going on here at home. So this has been a very eventful, chaotic week, but is it really Home SMP if we don't have a chaotic week? Absolutely not. So to start off, the other day I was watching, I believe it was Slime and Raven that were streaming, but Happy was with them and they wanted to see about going into the end to see if they could potentially get an Elytra without ever touching the dragon. And why not defeat the dragon? Well, we are wanting to see about trying to get like a group of people together to kind of organize it so that anybody that wants to be there for the dragon fight can be there. And that's something that we are going to be planning here pretty soon. But in the meantime, you know, there's no harm in just at least going into the end and trying to get an Elytra, but it is a little bit challenging since we couldn't defeat the dragon. So they went in with a Ghast, and we're going to try to raise up a Ghast in the end and use that to travel around. Now, I was not on the server when this was happening. I was just simply watching, and some things went wrong that I'll show you guys here in just a second, but I felt very horrible for my friends, and I was like, you know what? I'm just sitting here literally at my computer watching them struggle. This is rough. I'm just gonna jump on the server and see if I can't bring them some food and maybe some leather to help them out because they needed some resources since they had lost it, which again I will explain in a moment with the clips. But since they had been struggling with food and leather, I wanted to go ahead and jump on, and Slime had died, so he was back at spawn, and I was like, oh, I'll just jump on and bring him over to Slime. And Slime had other plans and invited me along to their little journey. So here is how it went when me, Happy, Raven, and Slime all went into the end without ever touching the dragon to see if we can go find ourselves some Elytras.
See the head sticking out?
Head? Not yet. I don't think so.
Can you hear it? No. Oh! It worked!
You're dead!
Oh my god!
You're big!
Oh, I'm gonna cry! I'm gonna cry! Oh, I'm so... Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Isn't parenting fun?
Does anyone have one? And hello.
Hey!
Oh my gosh!
Here we go! Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Follow back to you! Okay, how do I go down?
Okay!
You need to look
R2,
down
sorry.
and press forward.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, Jen, join us!
Yay! Okay,
Yeah.
now we're going.
Don't shift. No shifting.
adventure.
Let's go! First, guys, I have them.
Okay. There you go, Ginny.
The problem is that they're in my
See, I'll be here for the getaway driver.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, if
Ow.
you get in trouble, just run out and then hop on.
No.
I'll get it. Can you see the legs through the roof? Is that what you're laughing at? Just little toes.
I'm not even.
Remember,
gonna go for
Ginny, are
this,
you
but
out of the
I can
Diamond
help
Derby?
with this. I'm just going to.
No,
just gonna
I'm
do this.
still in.
Still in. Okay, just be careful of diamonds then. Remember that.
Solid, because I definitely didn't think it was
Were you about to take them?
Thankfully
Also,
there weren't any. I
have
saw
my
a
bucket of
diamond
water.
helmet got
The
excited.
status about it is I never got my bucket of water back, and that was gonna be my one.
Slime being the designated driver. You can see it. I can see designated driver.
You find my corpse. I'm in the big
I'm
tower.
fine.
Come on, I am the pearl.
Oh,
Whoopsies.
Ginny, I don't know if you are.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
What happened?
Don't want to talk about it.
Thomas, take it anywhere.
What happened?
Slump, did you do that?
Maybe.
What happened?
Or was it Happy?
No!
Happy! Oh my god!
What? God! You should have logged in, Ginny. You should have
Oh
logged in.
no, Chinny!
I'm never helping y'all again.
You're never logging on again. That's it. You're out. Oh my god. Okay.
So, yeah. Happy got me out of the Diamond Derby. It's official. It sucks. I'm still bitter, not really, but it's fine. I can touch them now. So I am officially out of the Diamond Derby, which, as sad as I am, because I was really wanting to be one of the last ones in, it was all in good fun, and Happy honestly pulled an absolute genius peak move by getting me out as I was dying and complaining about not having food, because that's exactly what happened. I thought that it was food, it was dark, and it was orange. I thought maybe it was a carrot or a potato. It was perfect. So he did wonderful, and it's all in love, but I'm still gonna tease Happy about it because that's just what we do here. So Happy did get me out, but something that they didn't all know, Happy and Raven knew because I told them. Something that Slime didn't know was I had already set up a trap over at Slime Space, as well as I was officially out of the Diamond Challenge, so now I could set up the trap at other people's bases. So that's what I did. I went and set up the exact same trap that I set over at Slime Space over at Hike and Space, since they were now the last two people with the most hours here on the server in the Diamond Derby. Now, the trap did not get Hiken out. Her inventory was full whenever it went out, so that failed, but I got Slime out of the Diamond Derby. I am so proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie. Very thrilled. Unfortunately, he was not recording when it happened. I was not on the server when it happened, but he sent a message in the Discord server and told us that, you know, he got out and he was like, whoever did this must sleep with one eye open. Rah, scary slime noises. And I was like, oh, that was me. So I'm gonna pop into Creative World really quickly and show you guys the trap that got the slime out of the Diamond Derby, which I'm just so excited that and honored that I was able to do it. All love, slime, all love. Alrighty guys, so as promised, I wanted to jump into my Creative World to show you guys how I set up the trap to get slime out of the Diamond Derby. Now, I am going to have to be careful because there are some spoilers on that side of the screen. This is just farms that I am going to be trying to put in. It's nothing really like spoiler-wise because I haven't quite decided if I'm going to decorate them. Most of them are probably just going to be stuck underground. So there's no spoilers on that side, so don't worry about that. But I am going to try to be careful to not show the other side of my screen. But that being said, let me go ahead and show you guys what I did for Slime Space. So we watched his stream, me and my fiance, multiple times to see when he would be most vulnerable. And we noticed that he had this little tiny sheep pen that he would come over, and he would normally have an empty inventory slot when he was opening the barrel, and he would grab out some shears, right? He'd grab out some shears to go shear these sheep. And we replicated the exact size of his sheep farm, and we made sure to put all the dirt and the water exactly where it was, just like he had it at his base, so that we could ensure this worked as perfectly as possible. And that was the idea. We didn't want anything to be activated while jumping around, right? And Coda helped me with the redstone on this because redstone is something that I'm still trying to learn. But we found a way that you could set up the redstone and the sensors to activate when specifically a barrel or a chest is closed. Not opened, when it's closed. Because if it's when it's open, we feel like that would be too soon. That slime would think something was going on. He would be able to hear it. And he might not have emptied out an inventory slot yet. So this is how we did that. So here, just underneath the sheep farm, and since it's not activated by sound, the sheep couldn't set it off at all. We have a comparator, and we have a book that goes all the way to page 15 with a period on the end, but we are leaving it on page 9, and then we have water covering up the calibrated skulk sensor. The calibrated one helped it to just function a little bit easier so that it wasn't being triggered by like the sheep and stuff, and it was quiet. And we waterlogged it so that it was to ensure that it was quiet. And then I am just going to empty out this dirt so you guys can take a look at the redstone. Yeah, we had a repeater here, but the water from it's fine. Anyways, there's a repeater there, and then we just have our redstone here. And the wool, we ended up not actually using it, but then we have our dispensers, which were loaded up with diamonds. And that's it. And so yeah, now that Slime is out of the Diamond Derby, the last person with the most hours left on the server that is still in the Diamond Derby is Hyken. Now, she's not the last one in the Diamond Derby, but she has the most hours out of everyone else that is left in the challenge. So Hyken is probably going to be targeted a little bit, but I reassured her the other night when we were hanging out that honestly right now I'm taking a little bit of a break from trying to get everyone out. It was an absolute blast setting up the trap for both her and Slime, and I am so thrilled and proud that I was able to get Slime out. Fortunately, wasn't able to get Hyken out, but that's okay. But I reassured her that for now, and this is God's honest truth, that I'm just going to take a little bit of a break from trying to get people out of the Diamond Derby so that I could work on decorating up my base, which you guys can see, and I will run you guys through here in just a second, as well as working on my first shop here on the server. So, I am gonna be completely honest with you guys. The reason why I'm just kind of staying in my base and not really like doing any in-the-moment recordings is I haven't been feeling very well off and on, as well as we have had some things happen in my personal life and in my family's personal life that have kind of kept me away from the server, unfortunately. So I was not recording like this type of recording. I did flashback recordings during the decorating and the build of the shop, but I'm pretty sure that I was muted during it, so I was trying to like talk things out while I was building it, but unfortunately I think I was muted. I accidentally messed up my chat settings, so I'm very sorry that this is kind of like an odd episode in the sense that I'm just gonna have to like narrate everything after it's already done. But moving forward, everything should be set. Everything is starting to calm down, and you know, I think I can record a little bit more normally now, so I do apologize for that, but everything's okay. It was just kind of a really hectic week in my personal life, so I do apologize that this is all being recorded after the fact. So before I show you this shop that I set up, let me show you around the base. So as you can see, we decorated. I just went through one night, and I was the only one left on the server, and I was like, well, I'll just stay at my base and decorate. So decorated up our little bedroom area, made ourselves a nice little to-do list, which some of this is already been done. I kept our special arrow that Steve had left for us. Got ourselves, you know, some storage over here for all of my important stuff. And my Elytra! Look at it! Isn't it so pretty? I noticed that Raven had a pair of raven wings, and I asked her how she was able to do that. And so they had told me about Blockbench, and I am a 3D creator outside of being on Minecraft, and so it was pretty easy for me to learn. But the easy part was making the texture, because I was familiar with like creating in a 3D space, but the not easy part was figuring out how to put them on the server. So I ended up bothering Happy again. Sorry, Happy. And he was able to put them on the server for me, and he let me know that I just needed to craft my Elytra with phantom membrane and moss, and I feel like that is the most perfect combination. And look at this! Sorry. He named them fairy wings, and he drew up a little like icon for them. Is that not the absolute cutest thing? I love it. I love it so much. Thank you so much, Happy. I know I've already said like thank you whenever we were both on the server together at the same time, but look at them. Thank you so much for doing this for me, and thank you, Happy and Raven, for informing me that Blockbench was a place that you could customize textures for Minecraft. If any of you guys ever want to do something like that, that's where I went. I will be honest with you guys, I ended up finding a download from a YouTube video that I will link down in the comments below, that he had a little like thing that you could just import into Blockbench to where you could see the Elytra in the armor stand or flying or like walking pose, I believe it was, and that's what I used to decorate up my Elytra. But yeah, it really was pretty easy. I highly recommend playing around with it if it's something you ever want to do. Just kind of think of it as like drawing on the Elytra, because that's pretty much all that it was. So I highly recommend that if that's something anybody in the comments would like to look into, is check out that video and play around in Blockbench. It's a lot of fun and was not that challenging to create the textures, but I will be honest, like I said, I have absolutely no idea how to import it on your server. I tried and failed, so I ended up bothering Happy for it. So I apologize, I can't be of any help when it comes to that. But outside of our gorgeous custom elytra that I'm so proud with, I just did some typical decorating. I kept one of my trial chamber keys, which I think is the last one I have. The other ones I gave away as gifts. And we do have an armor stand mod here on the server, so I was able to make a little tiny armor stand, which I think is the cutest thing. And yeah, I kind of have my like important storage back here for like all my coal and like extra resources and stuff. The upstairs storage room has not changed at all. And the last bit of decorating that I did was down here. I completely transformed this room. We got our enchanting table set up, which, by the way, huge thank you to Topsy for donating me the very last bookshelf that I need. As I was working on this, I ended up only having enough material for 14 bookshelves instead of the 15 that I needed. So Topsy was kind enough to offer me a bookshelf. And yeah, I will explain how that worked in just a second because we ended up doing like a little bit of a trade. But before I get on that topic, I just kind of crafted up like a little smelting section, got ourselves some lava, little lava farm. We don't have fire spread on the server, thankfully, but that is a deep slate behind the lava anyway, so it's all fine. And after our little venture, in the end, Raven had gifted me a shulker box with a few extra shulker shells. That was difficult to say. And she left me a dragon head as well that she had picked up from one of the ships. And then I just made like a cute little like workstation over here on the side. So I'm absolutely really thrilled with this room. I think it's nice and filled out, and it's all decorated up with all the things that I need whenever I'm working. And yeah, I'm really happy with how our decorating here inside of our base with Greg turned out. I absolutely love how everything turned out. Now, that being said, I do have a few more things to update you guys on. So the one thing is, I told you that Topsy and I had done a trade, as well as I had built a shop. So before I go over to spawn and show you guys the shop, I want to talk about the trade that Topsy and I did. Okay, so when Topsy gifted me the bookshelf, she was also kind enough to offer me some diamond armor and some diamond weapons as well, since she has since she has been trading with villagers. I cannot speak today. I apologize. Oh yeah! I made a farm! Look how cute my little farm is. It's small, but precious. I love it. I have it all decorated up, but also useful, so I can get my sugarcane, my cactus, my nether warts, and of course our typical foods that we need. I'm very thrilled with it. I know I probably should be putting together a really big farm, but if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know that I'm not used to like actual farms. And if you're new to my channel from Home SMP, then you probably already know this, but this is my first ever SMP to be on, so I'm still like learning about how to like do proper like big farms and like automated farms and stuff to help out with resource gathering, but I'm also stubborn. So I was like, you know what? I don't want a big giant like farm area, and I really just enjoy and I find it so therapeutic to come over to my little farm and pick up all of my crops and replant them and just kind of keep checking on it throughout the day. So that's what I'm doing here. But you guys will be proud of me. I have been making farms. I've been making actual things for actual resources. That's what I'm going to show you guys before we head over to spawn, and I can show you the shop that I made. So of course we have our cobblestone farm and our iron farm that has been running beautifully. Earlier today, Fox was streaming and said he was going to see about coming and taking some iron. I'm assuming he took some. I don't know if he did though. But yeah, I have, don't judge me. Listen. I understand that this is utter chaos. But that's just what we do here at home. We're just little chaos gremlins, and I get it. This is stressful. There's pigs, sheep, and cows all in one hole, and it's difficult and it's annoying, and they're all overcrowded. But listen. It's been a week. Okay, and I am going to separate out 2 cows to sheep and 2 pigs into their own little place eventually, and you just don't need to worry about what happens with the rest of them. But eventually, we're gonna build a farm. I have ideas for this entire beach area. Maybe not over there. I haven't really decided what to do over there. But this whole area right here, I really want to turn into something. And I think I want it to be kind of like, maybe like a little, like a little boardwalk shopping area or something. I don't really have true plans yet. I just know that I want to put stuff here. And I think I'm eventually going to make a barn of some sorts or something that I can house our animals in. But that's like not happening right now. This week I was more focused on doing chores around the island, like working on the podzol and the pathing and the decorating. So yeah, I'm sorry that I don't have any like new builds here at my island, but yeah, it'll get done eventually. We have plenty of time. But outside of that, check it out. Look at my little face. I am obsessed. I know that armadillos have been in the game for a while, but I love them so much. And being from Texas, it makes my little heart happy watching them just like little waddle around, their cute little noises, which I have turned off because between that pit and this pit and then the villagers down there, it's just too many noises going on. Yeah, I absolutely love armadillos, and that was my trade with Topsy. So in exchange for the bookshelf that she gave me, as well as the armor and weapons, she had asked if there was any way I could potentially get her some armadillos. And I'm not sure if she was being serious or not, because I was like, oh, is there anything I could do for you? She was like, oh, do you have 2 armadillos? And I was like, done. I'll go get you 2 armadillos. Like, you helped me so much. So that's exactly what I did. I went, hold on. I went, hold on, all the way over here. All the way over here. On Clove, grabbed the 2 armadillos, came all the way back, breeded said armadillos so that I had 2, and then went all the way down here over towards Topsy's base, and then all the way back. So it was a very, very long night. I didn't really record it because it was just literally running to the desert and then back on a happy ghast, which travels very slowly. So there was really nothing interesting that happened. But we have armadillos now, and I've breeded them up a little bit more. And check it. I got smart and I put little hoppers below them all so that they can just drop their little cute little armadillo shoots. Scoots. I call them shoots. I probably say it wrong. But yeah, armadillos just naturally drop them. So instead of wasting a ton of feathers and copper to make brushes, I've just been letting them naturally drop it, and it works out. And I do want to make like a cute little armadillo enclosure. We also have a fox trap that we need to make an enclosure for. We have lots of things to do. We have so many things to do, but it's fine. But anyways, I've just been letting them drop it. Chickens are the one mob that I don't have. Hello, Henry. That I don't have, so it's just been smarter to just leave them there. So I've just been AFKing here for the last thing that I will show you guys before I head over to spawn. So because it's within render distance, the iron farm is of course going, the armadillo shoots are dropping. I have a zombie. Look at him. He's my zombie. Did my friend. He spawned in like that. Yeah. He spawned in with full iron armor, and thank goodness for Happy informing me that if the iron helmet is left out in the sunlight that it would lose durability, because I was just going about my day. I did not know that, and we would have lost our zombie. So why do I have another zombie? I did big girl things. Look at this. Look at me. I am so proud. I built this on stream a few days ago. It was a little chaotic because I'm still trying to figure out Lightmatica, and it's like really hard to see through it. But then if I set the transparency, then I can't see like what I'm doing. So I'm still trying to like figure all that out. So it was a little bit of a chaotic stream, but we did it. We got it together, and as you can see, I have plenty of villagers. Yeah, I made a village breeder. I'm excited. I did big girl things. There's not really any redstone involved, but it's a farm. and it was still confusing to me. So my fiance was kind enough to kind of help me like learn and figure out how it all works and kind of explain it and help me learn the mechanics of it. So that's really cool. And eventually I will build a little trading hall for them so that I can start trading. Now, quite a few of us do have villager tradings and trading halls at our bases. I know Defox, Emmy, and I believe Topsy, and then I think Happy and Raven have just a few. And mine's just mostly going to be for aesthetics, but I really mostly am going to be trying to trade for quartz because I'm wanting to run a quartz shop this season, and it just would be helpful to be able to have some of the extra stuff available to me. But again, I have the kindest friends here on home, and oh, he's being loud. Let me just back up. I have the kindest friends on home, so Topsy is going to be selling books eventually once she gets her bookshop open, and she has, you know, like I said, she was offering some traded enchanted armor and weapons in exchange for the armadillos the other day, as well as Defox had messaged me this morning asking if he could come borrow some iron or take some iron from my little iron farm. And in exchange, he offered for me to come over to his base and I could get a mending book because he has a mending villager. So super excited. And yeah, I still want to be able to like go to my friends' shops and stuff and their bases to do either trades or to buy from them whenever they have stuff from their villagers. So like I said, mine's mostly going to be for aesthetics and for quartz, but at least I have the village breeder and plenty of villagers to work with. So with that being said, let's head on over to spawn so I can show you guys the last thing from today's video. Ignore the loud zombie, but I can show you guys the last thing on today's video and show you guys the shop that I set up the other night. Unfortunately, like I said, was not actually recording my voiceover during it because wasn't feeling the best. So I do apologize, but I'm doing a lot better now. It's just a very long story, and this time of year is like been really hectic. But anyways, let me show you guys the shop, and I will also include a time lapse so that you guys can see how it was built. Alrighty, so we are back at spawn. I'm going to show you guys around what is going on before I take you guys over to my base real quick. So this is our spawn portal that somebody was kind enough to put down. Over here, Hyken hasn't built anything yet, but she does have a gunpowder shop. So that is running over there. And then it's kind of peeking in the side of my vision. I'm not worried about you guys seeing it beforehand, but I do want to give you a quick little tour. Raven has built a wonderful wood shop over here named Raven's Big Wood. Oh, that's the best shop name, which I have already been a customer to this shop as well as Hyken's. And then if we run over here, there's mine, and then this is over there, and then this is Slime's. This is Slime's iron shop, which I think this is the coolest thing ever, and I need to ask him what his robot's name is. What's this guy's name? And would he be interested in being friends with Greg? They're both little robots, except this one's more like from the future and doing cool things, you know, like carrying iron and stuff and being helpful. Greg is being helpful in his own way, but mostly to me. He's protecting my little island. So yeah, this is Slime's iron shop, which I also have been a customer at already. And he's selling stacks, but he's also selling deep slate and regular iron. So I bought some deep slate iron from him last night, and I just want to take a minute to admire this. If you haven't seen any of my fellow homies' first home episodes, definitely go check them out. I have all of their channels listed down below. I think it's on my about section here on the channel, but go check them out. Slime's base so far is very futuristic and so cool. You guys know me. I am all about nature and woods and forest and green and all the things. So seeing a very like futuristic-y kind of build has been so cool because it's something that's so far out of my own comfort zone to build. I've just been admiring how much it's so different. And then I believe Raven also has some episodes, or I think one episode out right now, as well as Happy, Emmy. I'm trying to think who else. I think Slump. Yeah, Slump does. Anyways, lots of people have lots of their first home episodes out. So if you haven't seen those, definitely go check them out over there so you can see all of their bases and their cool builds. And Slime showed this off on stream the other day, so I know that this isn't a spoiler. And same thing with Raven. So yeah, I'm just living for this. I think this is just the coolest thing. I've been so impressed with like everyone's houses and bases and everything, and honestly, just their videos. I've been so inspired to put more work into my videos with the music and the cinematics and the storytelling. Like, I really want to put more into it, which unfortunately this video is not that, and I am sorry for that. So before I get any further and before I forget, I want to have a quick chat with you guys. So I am trying my best to stick to releasing every Friday. Now, I'm not sure that that means I'm going to be able to release a home video every Friday, just because I feel like there's going to be some weeks that maybe I won't have any builds done. It's going to be more resource gathering, or it'll be mostly visiting or adventuring, which those are the times that I feel like I can really put into episodes. So I'm not always entirely too sure that I'm going to be able to record enough and have enough time to edit to be able to release a home SMP video every single Friday, but I am still trying to release a video every Friday. I still have my Wonderstop playthrough that I need to do, and we might pick up another game to do another playthrough of so that I have some episodes I can put out in between home videos. This episode is just kind of more of my normal typical video of me yapping and showing you guys everything that I've been up to, but I really do want to try to put a little bit more work into my home videos, and I've just been really inspired watching everyone's videos lately, and I want to try to make them a little bit more cinematic and just fun and play around with different things that I can do. This video isn't that though, because honestly I was kind of like on crunch time this week. Like I said, there's been a lot going on, so I didn't really have time to sit down and record any of the cinematics or have the extra time for recording and editing all the stuff that I would have wanted to do. But since this was mostly a catch-up video of what has been going on within the past week between the end mission and the diamond derby and the shop and the decorating and all the things, it just kind of felt more like something that I could leave to be my typical video. So yeah, if you're new to the channel from Home SMP, welcome as always, and thank you guys for being here. But just know that I might not be able to release Home SMP videos every Friday, but I am going to try to release videos of some sort every Friday. Anywho, back to my shop. It's over here. That's a horrible angle. Hold on. Don't look at it. Don't look at it like that. You're still here? Bro, he was here last night. Ta-da! It's a boot! I made a boot! You guys, look at it! Look at it! It's a little cowboy boot. Like, it's not the best because I didn't want to take up too much room. I tried to make it as boot shaped as possible. I didn't want it to be like ginormous. And I fully freehanded this. I did not plan this in creative. Nothing. I just got on last night at like 2 in the morning and was like, all right, bet it's time to make a boot. It's like a little, like, it was kind of hard trying to make something like this because I'm not really used to organics, because I needed it to be wide enough to have a shop inside. And I was kind of playing around with texturing the terracotta, which I'm still not too sure how I feel about. But it just felt like it was just too much spruce planks. But honestly, I kind of wanted to try, like, to just, I don't know. I tried to like put the little like sole of the boot and then the like little like leather bits between that and then the actual boot. And of course we have a little spur here on the back that is made out of quartz to represent the quartz shop, and the entrance is back here. And then I wanted to go through and decorate it. I didn't want to like, again, take up too much space, to try to make it kind of look desert-y. So I put some bushes and some dried leaves. Of course, our little haystack here. And I've named it Boot, Scoot, and Boogie. You can't see my face, but I can't explain to you guys how happy I am with that name. That name fully came from my fiance. He had the idea with it. I was playing around with different names and he was like, oh my god, Boot, Scoot, and Boogie. And I was like, done. It's set. So full props to him for the name. I'm obsessed with it. Let me show you guys the inside. I'm so thrilled. Like I said, it's not maybe like... It could have been taller, probably could have been wider, but like for me trying to fit it into a small space, I'm pretty proud, especially with fully freehanding it. I'm really, really proud of this stinking little boot. Of course, we have our double doors because, you know, in old westerns, that's how you enter the bars. This is the inside. So up here is the quart shop, which you can, or you can just, just do that if you need to. I'm calling this organic quartz because this is all quartz that I mined specifically. I didn't trade any of it. So whenever I eventually get myself a true quartz shop up and going, because I want to make a like separate shop for the quartz, then I'm wanting to have the organic quartz, which is quartz that I mined myself in the nether, and then I'm gonna have like refurbished quartz or something, like I'll call it something else, but that's going to be the quartz that I got from trading with villagers. And there's going to be just a slight price difference because I feel like that's only fair for the stuff that I have to risk going into the nether for, which is chaos right now, and mining for versus quartz that I traded for. So I kind of wanted to try to like make it cheaper. I don't really expect anyone to buy the organic quartz. It's just for the lulz. But yeah, for now I have some quartz in the barrels. Not a whole ton because it's all been mined myself. And I got to the nether kind of late compared to everyone else. And then we have armadillo shoots. I hope this pricing is fair. Fellow homies, if y'all are here in the comments at all, please let me know if this pricing is okay. I have no idea how to price stuff. Oh, the firefly bushes are going off. I've never had a shop before, obviously. I've never priced things, so I'm just guessing. I don't know for armadillo shoots, which are really only, and quartz, but especially for the shoots, which are really only used for the dog armor, I don't really know if that's too much, if I should do 1 home coin per stack, or if per 32 is okay. I don't know, so someone tell me if it's too much or too little, and I'll change it. But yeah, and especially because this is just from me AFKing my armadillos. The firefly bushes. They're loud. Oh, and I made complimentary tumbleweeds. Again, purely just from running around my little base with shears and gathering up a ton of dried bushes. Hold on. Okay, apologies. I had to sleep because the cicadas and the fireflies are driving me nuts. But yeah, I just was running around my base and gathering up a ton of dried bushes, which I know all it takes is somebody going over to the desert and they're everywhere. But again, just for the lulz, I was like, I'm gonna rename them tumbleweeds, like the little like doo 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 doo, you know, from like the westerns in the desert, because Texas. Yep. So I renamed them tumbleweeds. They're complimentary. You're allowed to take one. It doesn't cost you anything. I did leave a sign that said, like, if you'd like to leave a random item of coolness in exchange for the tumbleweeds, and the course is upstairs. And that was because I don't feel right charging anyone for something as silly as dried bushes. But I was like, I want to know if somebody would want to leave something. What's cool to you? What's cool to me is like a salmon head, because that's just like an inside joke with myself from the start of the season. But what if something cool to somebody is like a pink bed? You know, they haven't found any other pink beds, but they found a pink one. Or you know, this one feather from this one chicken that they found. Like, I don't know. I just thought it would be kind of fun if somebody wanted to leave something, that they could leave anything that they wanted to in there. And it would just kind of be, again, just for the lulz and for the giggles. And this is our little shop mascot. Hello, buddy. Hello, honey. I love you. Look at him. Oh my god. I love him. But yeah, this is my little boot shop. And yes, he does have some water up there. Look at him getting a drink. Oh my god! Okay, I'm obsessed. I can freak out over armadillos all day. But yeah, my very first shop. And you know me, I had to make it southern. I had to. Because, like, duh. And I just thought it would be so much fun if, because I was like, you know, while I'm working on the villagers to trade up quartz, what is something I can sell? And Topsy asked for the armadillos because she's wanting to make a farm using them. And I was like, well, armadillo shoots are helpful. I'm very attached to my dogs whenever I take them mining with me. And I know I like dog armor. Maybe other people like dog armor, so I can sell the stuff to make the dog armor, and I'll just make it into a whole Western thing. So with all of that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode here. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and like I said in my little ramble earlier, I don't know how frequently I'm going to be able to release home episodes. Of course, I'm going to release them as often as I can, but it might not be every week, might be every few weeks, once a month, I don't know. But I am wanting to release as many as I can during the season. I primarily am on YouTube, but as promised, I have been trying to stream more now that I am here on home. I'm still working out a stream schedule as of recording this episode. My schedule so far is Wednesdays and Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time if you would like to come join and hang out. Most of the time streams are gonna be probably just like resource gathering. I normally prefer to do my builds off stream just because I like throwing on my Netflix show or something, or my music, and just kind of like vibing and going. But of course I will still be doing some builds on stream, whether they be big or small, I don't know, but anything lore related that I want to leave specifically to be on YouTube, I won't be doing on stream. But that being said, if you are totally cool with hanging out with me and listening to some random music and goofing off while I gather resources or build little silly things or little farms or whatever, or go on crazy adventures when people are online, make sure to head over to Twitch and leave a follow over there so that you can come hang out with us when we are live. That being said, thank you guys. I keep putting you in the grass, and I don't mean to. That being said, thank you so much for being here. It means the world as always. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!